Hello everybody, I am Angry Bird. We're back for a new Steel Division League cast once again. We have the best of 3 matchup between Metal Phase and Curbs. It concludes today in the ultimate decider. 116th Panzer against 116th Panzer. Who is going to be the Panzer of Panzers? So, Metal Phase on the left-hand side in blue. He's playing the 116th Panzer on Vanguard income. Curbs on the right-hand side in red. He's playing the 116th Panzer on Maverick income. The decider is today in this playoff round 1 in Division 2. The winner of this game goes through to the semi-finals and will face off against Grey Fox. Right, let's have a look at the 2 decks. Is there going to be too much difference? And again, I must say, much like the previous match, there is at least 1 unit missing from Metal Phase's deck due to the change in the patch. But what do we have here? Well, we have some light recon units, all in A phase, 14 of them, plenty of light recon units. 79 units of infantry. It'll be interesting to see how the 2 players line up their infantry. I can see Sturm Pioneers, I believe, on both sides. So, very interesting. 22 units of tanks and a total of 6 Panther A's for Metal Phase. Will Curbs have more? 4 Jagdpanzers in that anti-tank tab, as well as quite a number of Pack 40s, so a lot of potential to take out the enemy heavies. This is going to be a really interesting battle as to how each player uses the units that he's got under his command. Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting one. Let's have a look at Curbs' deck. So he's playing Maverick income. So I guess Metal Phase's idea playing Vanguard is to kind of try and outlast Curbs. Curbs will very likely push for a early start and try and defeat Metal Phase before he gets to that Phase C income, or certainly around the 25 mark max. Infantry, Curbs has 72. I can't remember the number now that Metal Phase had, but I think it was around about that level of infantry. Curbs does have 2 units of Sturm Pioneers, though. I don't think Metal Phase have both of those units. And he has some Panther Gs at his disposal. So 6 Panther A's, that matches Metal Phase, but he's got those extra Panther Gs, and actually he's got Panther A Furies as well. So 8 Panther A's to Metal Phase's 6, and 3 Panther Gs in there as well. Both opted to take Jagdpanzers and Pack 40s, although I believe Metal Phase's Jagdpanzers might be in B phase. Curbs has spent more on his artillery with those Panzerwerfers. No commander, although he does have those Panther A leaders, but no commander, no infantry leaders. And only fighters. Let's just check back to Metal Phase's deck and compare. So Metal Phase does have the leader. Sorry. Wow. Metal Phase has a commander, but no leader units in his deck. Now, there may be a unit missing, but that is very interesting. Oh, I tell a lie. He does have the 2 battery Furies in the artillery tab, but I'm kind of thinking that just those 2 leaders might not be enough to... In fact, personally, I don't think those 2 leaders are enough to justify the commander. I think Curbs is probably the better decision here to not use that commander. I also wanted to check out the difference in the Jagdpanzers. Yes, Metal Phase does have them in B phase, whereas Curbs has them in A phase, but Curbs has those Panzer Shreks, and he's been dastardly good with those Panzer Shreks to date. Let's recap. On the left-hand side, in blue, we have Metal Phase playing the 116th Panzer on Vanguard income. Pretty much everything's going to go down south. On the right-hand side, in red, we have Curbs playing the 116th Panzer on Maverick income. And it looks like Metal Phase is attempting a push up north. Curbs just has the Ersatztruppen to defend until at least the Pak 40 and the Jagdpanzer 4 get into position. It feels like... Okay, interesting. Well, Curbs' deck did have a commander, so he must have been missing units. Interesting, interesting. There we go. Okay, so Curbs did have a commander there. There was me talking about commanders. But saying that, he has a commander in here with no leader. So that commander's quite risky. A risky choice. Ju-87D3 floats above, and the Flammenwerfers did actually make it into the compound here. The Jagdpanzer 4 does start firing on those lighter recon vehicles, but he's got the compound. And actually, he nearly got the little field here as well. Metal Phase pops down the 150mm off-map, but Curbs pops down the off-map. But will Metal Phase be out of position in time? He has some Flampanzers, which is really interesting to see. Don't see those units often at all. But pushing forwards here and driving right up to those Ersatztruppen, although they do get taken out by the grenades, and the other one gets taken out at range by the Jagdpanzer 4. So the Flampanzers, yeah, they didn't really stick around for long. Ju-87D3. Oh, he spotted the off-map. Was trying to strafe that off-map, but the ME-109 G6R6 is in now, and he's coming around for a pass and does take out that recon Ju-87. Well, Metal Phase has the 1311 to start us off. IG-18 engaging the Jagdpanzer 4 at range. The Pak 40 may get involved here. The Pak 40 is the one that's got to do the damage, but the APCR is not on right now. And he's going to need that APCR to penetrate the Jagdpanzer at that kind of range. We'll keep an eye on the unit card down there and see whether Metal Phase does engage that APCR ammunition. The IG-18 does go down up in the north. Curbs pushes forwards into the center, or at least relieves the pressure off him and pushes forward his supporting units. The Pak 40 still firing that AP ammunition, and Metal Phase has now moved it away. So I think he's wanting to save that APCR for potential Panthers. In comes a push from the SPW234/3s up on the north. Looking to take out the Ersatztruppen, and if he does, should take the flag in the northern field. Possibly get himself a 1410. Curves with his second off-map into the southern portion of this city. We do see a mobile wagon onto the field. A unit of Ersatztruppen does go down there to the SPW234/3s on the southern side from Curbs. IG-18 starts engaging against basically the other IG-18s on the half tracks, but 2 against 1, and down goes the static IG-18. Metal Phase again almost pushing out of that off map, but I don't think he is quite out there. 250/8 pushing forwards and may reveal nothing down here on the right hand side. Metal Phase may pick up the territory, but he's going to need to move those Ersatztruppen in there in order to get it. Smoke coming down from the Flammenwerfers to stop any further push forwards. Jagdpanzer 4 is dominating that center road, is being upvetted by the SDK said 250/3. Panzer 3L down here as well. Does have APCR ammunition, but that is turned off. Looks like the Pak 40 is once again engaging, but I think it's Oh, it is going to get strafed by that ME-109. G6, R6, and does go down. That APCR ammunition needed to be used against those Jagdpanzer 4s. Metalface doesn't, and pays for it in that regard. Panzergrenz push forwards on the south and cover off that flag. Kerb's actually using an off-map almost behind his own troops. But again, Metalface almost pushing out of that off-map. Metalface's off-map in the centre on the town. We're going to see it a lot in this playoffs. We're going to hear the words off-map a hell of a lot. Ursatsgruppen pushing forwards, trying to relieve the compound from these Flammenwerfers. There is an SPW234/1. Does the job. The Ursatsgruppen stay alive and the territory is held. Pack 40 this time engaging the Panther A from the other side. APCR is turned on, transmission damaged, but the Panther continues to fire, has its frontal armor showing, and Kerbs backs off that Pack 40. I think he's going to wait for the stealth to be re-engaged on that Pack 40, and then he's going to try again later. Off-map does catch the SPW234/1, but the Stern Pioneers have been revealed, and they do take care of the other SPW. The Stern Pioneers, I think, possibly using the grenades or the Flammenwerfer there, but they do the job. Kerbs holds it. Just 3 men there now. Oh, and he's going for a flank. He is going for a flank on this southern city. Like 40 coming in here now. Don't think it's going to get there. I think it needs to unload before it does so. Well, he was going for a flank with just 1 Sturm Pioneer, so I do not think that's enough. It will do a decent job, but in comes the Ju-87D3, and that should take him out. The mobile wagon is here. Can it fend off the ME-109 G6 R6 before it takes its toll on that Ju-87? Luckily, the egress route of that Ju took it right underneath the dive of the ME-109 G6 R6, and it is forced back. Pack 40 desperately needs to unload down here in the south. It may well be lost in the transport. Oh, that's a big loss if it goes down. A big loss. Luckily, it's still alive. Surely it needs to unload. Metalface has to see this. No, he doesn't. And the unit is lost in the transport. Metalface is going to hate watching that back. Look at this tasty little off-map here. Right on the center units, and the commander may well be caught in the strike. Jagdpanzer 4 goes down. What took that unit down? My only guess is the Panzergrenz with the Panzerfaust, but they didn't look like they were in range. Perhaps someone in the chat saw exactly what took that Jagdpanzer 4 down, unless it exchanged fire with a tank down here in this kind of position, and I missed the counter fire. That is possible. That is possibly what happened. The commander, is it going to go down in the off-map? Ju-87D3 trying to target the IG-18s, but didn't actually get the kill there. Kind of surprising for those JUs, but it is finished off by, I believe, the SDK said 250/8 back here in the rear. Another Ju-87D3 coming in trying to finish those units off. Stern Pioneers caught, but in the heavy forest, so I guess they catch the Panzergrenz. And those Panzergrenz should go down here to the Stern Pioneers, especially being hit by both sides. Look at the front line here. Metalface almost surrounding that units of Panzergrenz. He's now going to turn, surely? No. I don't think he realised there was another unit coming in on him. Perhaps didn't see it. And all through this while, Metalface has had a 13-11, 25 minutes left on the clock. Panther A is engaged for both sides now. I think we're going to see the first Panther on Panther action. SPW234 does take out an Ursatsgruppen. Oh, look at that Panther A trying to back off. I don't think Metalface quite knew what was engaging from that distance. Didn't want to lose it to a side shot though, so reversed, kept his tank facing the correct direction. Panther A's coming in now. Ju-87D3 is targeting the Jagdpanzer 4, but the Panther A is going to be outnumbered by the opposite Panther 8 and the Jagdpanzer 4. He's got to, Metalface has to hope that that Ju-87 D3 strike does the job, but the Me-109 G6 R6 does save him. The Panther 8 is going to engage the opposite number. The Jagdpanzer can see it, and it's 2-on-1 versus Metalface. Is Metalface going to lose the Panther 8? Surely so. The Ju-87 D3 does actually survive here, although the Me-109 G6 R6 coming in for another pass should finish the job. Although no, the Ju-87 D3 outturns it. And it is back into action. Will Metalface give that a bombing action? Yes, he does. Can he get it? Ju-87 D3 desperately trying to strafe that Panther. Panther's turned side armor to face the STKF-Zeds, or the SPW, sorry, up in the north. The Me-109 G6 R6 finally takes care of that Ju-87 D3, and Curbs backs off from the engagement with both the Panther and the Jagdpanzer 4. The Me-109 G6 R6 double kill onto the Ju-87 recon plane as well. And will it now get the triple kill? Ju-87 D3 down in the center, going in for that strike. Misses the first engagement, the Me-109. Will it turn in time? Looks like it will. I think it will, and it should get that kill. There isn't a mobile wagon here. No, Curbs calls it away. I think he knew the threat of the mobile wagon was there, and he called it away. The Me-109 G6 R6 may come back and become an ace in a day. Who knows at this rate? Looks like while all of that action was happening, another off-map from Metalface down into that center city, but he is lacking some infantry reserves. A couple coming in with the Panzergrenz and the Panzer 4J. Panther 8 up onto the hill in the southern side. Panzergrenz are being advanced on, but the Sturm Pioneers get taken out before they can get into position. 12-12. Metalface had the compound for a while up on the north, and he has lost it again. Panther 8 going to engage the the Panzer 4J. Surely we'll get the kill. There is a Pak 40 coming in here to... Oh, no, sorry. It's engaging the Jagdpanzer 4 here. And the Panther is definitely favoured in this engagement. Both got the same level of frontal armour, but the Panther has that better gun on it. Should get the kill. The Pak 40 is making its way forward. The SDKF said 7-1 coming in as well to protect itself from the skies. There's a trooping about to be advanced upon by the Panzer 4J, but the Panzer 4J might have trouble spotting that unit. There is some Panzergrenz further forward, but he cannot hold that territory. The Panzer 4J and the Panther A are in place. So 12 minutes in, and Metalface is out of A phase. We are in B phase, and that means Curbs has a big income advantage right now. 600 points of income in the next 10 minutes. More than Metalface has. And judging by the number of units on the ground right now, it looks like Curbs has a decent number already down here. We see the first Panther G onto the field. Coming into the center ground, just going to head down that central road and sit next to that commander. Another off-map strike, but it's onto nothing in here. Metalface doesn't really have much of a hold on this southern hill. He's got some Panzergrenz that may be able to hold, but Curbs moving forward, Sturm Pioneers, and they're going to move into a nice position. It's going to let him know there's actually not too much in here. Especially with that off-map coming down. Metalface is definitely going to be tested on the southern side. Mobile Wagon does come in for Curbs now. Sat near that commander. It's 2 stars. The Ju-87 D3 does not get its bombs away. And the Me-109 G6 R6 should get the kill. Does so. 4 planes down. Is that 5 planes? I may have miscounted. 4 planes down. It may be a different Me-109 G6 R6 as well. The other one coming in to try and strafe that Pak 40, but the SDKF said 7-1 is in there. The Me-109 may strafe right over that unit, although it's being attacked by the Panzer 4J. This could be a big kill. Metalface spots it, pushes it forwards into cover, although the Me-109 does go down to the SDKF said 7-1. But yeah, that Panzer IV pushes forwards. He could catch that SD KFZ 7-1 out. And Kurb's advancing pretty much on all fronts right now. Metal Phase in some trouble. The income advantage is with Kurb's. Oh, look at this down here. The SPW 234/3s catch the Panzergrens unaware. And Metal Phase in some trouble. Another off-map, I think, was trying to target the Panzer IV-J and the Jagdpanzer. May not be an off-map, may be a Werfrahmen. No, it is the off-map down here, the 380mm off-map from the Bayo Kubel. So far not really getting any kills, does heavily damage that Pioneer though. The SPW 234/3 catches out one of the infantry units, that's the dog in the background in case you're wondering. And he's very much enjoying this cast as well, hopefully you are guys. Jagdpanzer IV facing off against the Panzer IV-J should go to the Jagdpanzer here. And the Pak 40 is engaging the infantry, pushing forwards over the open ground, but eventually it's going to get into a position where that Pak 40 is going to start getting hit by the machine guns of those Panzergrens. And the Pak 40 won't last too long in that regard. There are a couple of Panthers in here now, and after Panther D to provide the recon optics for the Panther A, Jagdpanzer IV and Metal Phase is pretty outnumbered down on this, well, up on this northern side. Let's not forget, Kurbs does have the major income advantage over this point in time, and he is pressing forwards with all his might. A couple of Flammenwerfers come in to try and hold up the Ersatztruppen pushing forwards in the centre town. Down goes the Jagdpanzer IV to the Panther G. Superior German power and armour taking care of one another. There. So the Commando are almost on the front line here. Wow, what a beast that thing has been. Who was it that was commenting saying taking a commander was probably the right call, or not taking a commander? Can I even get my words right today? But yeah, actually, I guess that commander's done quite a good job. The off-map is spotted and destroyed. Ooh, that may have only been one off-map. No, it looks like at least two were used from that higher caliber, judging on the kind of bigger craters down here, unless it was an extra wide emergency off map. But yeah, I think at least two of those charges were used, but that could have been quite a big pickup from Metal Phase. In comes the Ju-87, but there's a 2-star mobile wagon here, and that should easily fend off that Ju-87. Actually struggling a little bit to do so, but it will do so. Is the ME-109 going to come in? Are we going to watch him get ace in a day? Surely we are, but the mobile wagon might actually take it down first. Ju-87 trying to gain altitude, get away from this ME-109. Is it the right call? Surely not. The ME-109 finally gets into range, a few bursts, and down goes the Ju-87. Let's watch this ME-109 cross back over the battlefield. And look at the Stern Pioneers moving forwards into that centre town. Is that ME-109 going to go down to the mobile wagon in the southern side? It may well do so. Yes, it does. Ace in a day and dead. Oh my days. Panzergrens pushing forwards, but they do not have the Panzerfaust. SPW 234 still got the opportunity here. But the Flam Panzers are in place. Metal Phase is pushing those right up to the enemy units. You've got to remember those grenades that every individual infantry unit has can take open top vehicles out with grenades. They aren't displayed on the unit tag, but they are there. They are there. They do have them. Right, in the centre ground, looks like we missed some action. The Panther is backing off, possibly a, yes, Panzerwerfer strike into that position. Pak 40 down to one man. Jagdpanzer IV is engaging. It looks like Metal Phase was trying to get the kind of crossfire, but Kurbs has some decent Panthers in there. And yeah, I don't like the look of this position for Meadowface. He needs more heavy tanks in here to fend off the enemy counterparts. Or, you know, AT guns, Pack 40s to come in and try and help out. Panther A is being double teamed by its counterparts. Oh, Stern Pioneer's caught out in the open by the Panzergrens. Kind of surprised the Pack 40 isn't moving in here for the shot, because if it doesn't, it's going to get taken out. I guess he's waiting for a closer range engagement. I think he really ought to... Yes, the APCR is on this time. Who's going to win that out? Surely Curbs is going to win that out. 13-11 to Curbs, 28 minutes left on the clock. Shooter knockout is definitely going to give the advantage to Curbs in this engagement. 2 Panthers on 1. Loader knockout now. Falling back, transmission damaged. I mean, surely. Here is the Pack 40. It's going to start engaging the Jagdpanzer. Will it get the one-shot kill? Yes, it does! He's now going to start engaging the Panthers. The Panthers will know it's there, though, and do take care of it. But at least it got that kill. There was only one man left operating that AT gun, so he did his job for his commander. There's been back and forth on this southern side with engagements from light recon vehicles. But, yeah, really great to see. I would actually like to see a little bridge down here. You know, not necessarily a reinforcement road like this one, but if the road came off here and down this path and then across a bridge, it would make it nice to counter this bridge down here. Because Blues, they do have to bring theirs into the sort of line of fire to get them up over this bridge. Just a little hot take there. Not saying it would be balanced either way, not saying things aren't balanced at the moment. I just think it would be nice to get a bridge over there so that you could get some kind of movement right down this southern flank. Panther A looks like it is going to be overwhelmed at any minute. There is a Panther G coming in. Oh, look at these two maneuvering around, trying to get out of each other's way. But the Panther G, oh no, it's going to fire on the SDKFZ 251. Down goes the the SPW. Panther G hunting that Panther A. And Meadowface trying to back it off, but they are now going to engage. Panther G hits it hard. It is going to take fire from the Panzer IV-J. That was a big strike from that Panzer IV-J. And Kerr's backing it off, actually. I'm kind of surprised. I think I would have continued that engagement, but the Panzer IV-J scared that Panther G away. It has still got a shot now on this Panther A. Does get the kill. I think there was even a side shot there. Yeah, into the side armor of that Panther. Up on the northern side, how this Panther A is still alive, God knows at this point, but Curbs takes a 14-10, picks up the flag, makes it 15-9, 12 minutes left on the clock, but we are into C phase. Curbs has lost that big advantage. He's down to 80 points a minute, and 80 points a minute is not a hell of a lot. Meadowface has the 110 points. So certainly can afford more at this stage, but at the moment he's got Jagdpanzer force facing off against Panthers. And down goes the Jagdpanzer IV. Nobody would question that. Tough position for Meadowface to be in at this point, because Curbs has 3 Panthers up. And the only way Meadowface is going to rival it is by getting 3 of his own Panthers. And that costs a lot of money, costs a lot of time. And, well, he does have a decent amount of time. I think Curbs at this point may well stand his ground, although we do see advances in the south. And look at this Stern Pioneer, the amount of fire decimating the building. Oh, the Panzer Grenadiers escape unharmed. Nope, they are discovered. Oh, Meadowface calls it there. Metalface calls it there. That is the end. Curbs picks up the victory. And he advances through to the semi-finals of the Steel Division League Season 3 Division 2 playoffs. Congratulations, Curbs. Commiserations, Medal Phase. 24 minutes, 39 seconds. Curbs wins at 3,200 kills to 2,000 losses. And once again in this matchup, demonstrates his ability to trade exceptionally well. Wow, can't even get the sentence out. Let's have a look at the kills for Curbs, but look at that Jagdpanzer 4. I think this was the one that started the game. Takes out 2 Panzer 3Ls, Panzer 4J, and a number of other units. Nice kill list from that Panzer 4. That Jagdpanzer 4. Oh, another one here, taking out the SDKFZ 7-1. That was up on that northern side that had that tasty little flank and the sight line that enabled him to do that. I mean, 109 G6R6 getting the JUA7D3 kill here. SPW2 34/3. Look at this great job it did, taking out a number of SDKFZ 250/8s. Oh, it got the kill on a Panther, or possibly a surrender, but wow. Wow, unexpected. Another SPW 234/1, a number of kills from it. The flank panzers just did not seem to do the job for Medal Phase. I admire the effort. I admire the what's the right word? The balls. I admire the thought. I admire the fact that he took the unit, but they just do not seem to be competitive. The problem is those infantry grenades. You heard me explain it, but every unit of infantry has a grenade, or has, I think it's quite a lot of grenades, virtually unlimited supply of grenades. And these are different to the TNT units. These are just like your bog standard grenades that they can throw onto open top units. Those flam panzers, they have to get into range to use the flamer, the Flammenwerf on that vehicle. So they just put themselves in range of that grenade, no matter whether the infantry unit's got AT on it or not. They all have those grenades, so it's just a really tough unit to use. It needs a range buff on the flamethrower, but it's so ahistorical that nobody really wants to see it, so it's kind of relegated to an inconsequential unit, really. Mobile Wagon does take down 2 of the JU87D3s. Panther A takes a number of kills, including a counterpart kill. Here's the ME109 G6R6, only gets 3 kills, so it was not an ace in a day, and it did die. It did perish. Panther G does take out those Panzer 4Js, Jagdpanzers, Panzer 3Ls, Panther As. I think up on that northern side, Medal Phase had that single Panther A, and he tried to support that with the Jagdpanzers and I think the odd Panzer 4J. I think he'd have been better saving and grouping up a number of Panthers, which is exactly what Curbs did, because it didn't matter how many tanks you had. When it's Panthers, in this kind of mirror matchup, all that mattered was the number of Panthers each player had. Whoever had more Panthers was more likely to win the engagement. So once Curbs had like 3 Panthers up there and Medal Phase still only had 1, it was always bound to go Curbs' way up on that northern side. So I think Medal Phase would have been better just holding off, buying the Jagdpanzers that he bought up there and just saving up and trying to buy more Panthers. But I have the luxury of sitting back and not having to play in the moment. The pressure that is on these guys, I know, because I played in Steel Division Leagues Season 3, I played in Division 4. I was 3rd in my group, didn't make it through to the playoffs, but the 2 players that were ahead of me actually fought it off in the final. So I had a particularly tough group in Division 4, and I know the pressure that comes down on this. I suffer immensely from pressure when I'm playing competitive games. I put it all on myself. At the end of the day, I mean, we're not talking like millions of, well, we're not really talking any money at the level I play. These guys get a little bit of cash, but not a great deal. Division 1 is where the cash is, but I'm just going to stop. But anyway, yeah, I understand the pressure that goes down, so I can make these comments, but, you know, when you're in the moment, it is really tough. It is really tough. Right, I think we will leave it there. I've chatted for quite a while since the end of that game. Congratulations to Curbs. He moves through to the semi-finals to face off against Grey Fox, and he's done a great... that was a great matchup between Curbs and Meadowface. Congratulations to him. Commiserations to Meadowface. I'm really glad to see him in those playoffs. I think he deserved to be there, and it was really great to watch him in action against Curbs. Great player. Also, he does have a Twitch channel and a YouTube channel, so go check him out there on Twitch. He doesn't stream all too regularly, but you see him now and then, so search for his name on Twitch and get him that follow and watch him play live. Right, after this game, we are on to the other matchup in the Division 2 Round 1. I believe it is Tiger versus Scooter. So look forward to that coming soon. Thanks very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, don't miss any more matches. Head into the description, check out the links to my social pages, and also support me if you can. Join that YouTube channel membership, get yourself a nice badge icon, get yourself into my Discord. You're in the special secret room, you get early access to videos, and more importantly, it supports me as a content creator, and hopefully it means that I can provide you with more and more content, because if I can take some time off my full-time job because I'm replacing the income with support from you guys, then I can deliver you with more content. That's the name of the game, the aim of the game. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I am Angry Birds. I will see you next time.